Today I'm going to show you how you can get one of the most OP weapons in Starfield. I'm not talking about something that you have to grind for, go out and find. It is something that you get right from the very beginning of the game. And it is the cutter. Now with a few improvements and some skills, the cutter becomes an absolute beast of a weapon. And I'll explain how. But before I do that, subscribe to the channel, drop a like on the video, and stick around for much more Starfield content. Now the cutter is absolutely awesome. And the way that this works is laser weapons deal a percentage of fire damage towards the enemy's health. So if your enemy has, let's say 1000 health, a certain percent of that will be received on them as fire damage. Now with laser weapons, there is a skill that you can increase the chance of fire damage being put on enemies. And because the cutter is a laser weapon, this works out really well and makes it so effective. Now what makes this weapon super powerful is by using lasers and upgrading the laser skill. So all you need to do to get this laser skill fully upgraded is first off kill 20 enemies to get this level here, which does 20% more damage on laser weapons. Kill 50 enemies to get this one here, which does 30% more damage. And then finally kill 100 enemies to get this one, which gives you 5% chance to set a target on fire. So you do need to get 170 kills. Now getting all of these kills is easy. You just need to go to a planet that has lots and lots of wildlife and use the cutter. Now I'd recommend coming to the Strix system here and then over to Strix 1, because there you have these little guys. These will give you a shite ton of XP and they form in massive bunches. It took me, I think it was 17 minutes to upgrade lasers all the way to full. So that is 170 kills in 17 minutes. Pretty damn quick. So on average, to get this maxed out and get all the skills you need, it takes about 20 minutes to do. Now if you do want to make things a little bit easier, what you can do is get Hela's cutter. If you don't want to use the cutter to take down any of the enemies, so the 170, you can use anything that has this lightning symbol next to it. That means it is an energy weapon. So things like this that have the energy symbol on the right hand side do not count as an energy weapon. They do have energy elements, but they are not a full energy weapon. Now, so things like the Equinox are the best, especially if you can get a sniper one if you are heading to the Strix planet. Works really well, and you can get loads of kills extremely quickly. You need to go back to the Narion system, which is just above and to the right of Alpha Centauri, and head straight into there, and then go all the way over to Vectera, which is where you start the game, and this is where the Argos mining extractors and outposts are. This is the first level that you come across, but you can't get Hela's cutter just yet. You have to come back here a little bit later on through a main story mission. Now it is worth noting that if you are doing New Game Plus, and you aren't accepting the main story and just blasting through to get artifacts, you can't actually do this one. So you do need to be doing the main storyline. It will bring you back to a mission through Lynn, and then you'll be able to get access to the building that it is in. When you land on the planet, head right out of the launch pad and go into this building here. The one as you can see, and as you go inside, as you come over to the right hand side, you will come across a cutter box. Now that cutter box does have Hela's cutter in it. Now, that cutter that he does have has some extras. So, as you can see at the bottom of it, it's the blue one. So, it's not a gold one. I don't think a gold cutter exists, which is a massive shame, but it would be quite cool. But yeah, as you follow the building through, you'll come across Hela's cutter in here. And Hela's cutter is better than the one you've got. It is just here, as you can see. And there is Hela's cutter, which does 20% damage against robots. Energy 4, it does vary. I've come across ones that have 5 in it. Now, it's important to mention that if you are doing New Game Plus and you've skipped the storyline, you won't actually be able to get into this building. You do need to be doing the main storyline to do this. But this cutter, a little bit better than the standard one. Now, as you can see here, this is against level 70 and 80 Zealots, so pretty powerful enemies. I'm getting the 1 and the 2 damage from mainly just shooting them with the laser beam, and remember to use it focused as well. If you're not focused with it, you'll only get 1 hit point of damage, whereas if you continually focus with it, you'll get 2, and then that fire damage will come on top of that 2. So every 100 shots that you've got there is worth 400 hit points plus that fire damage. So that is a hell of a lot of damage that you can do to the enemies. And it's really quick, requires no ammo once again, which makes the cutter an absolute beast. And it's loads of fun to use. It works so damn well. The only downside to the cutter is the range. It has absolutely dogshite range, which is a big shame, but it is still an extremely powerful weapon against almost any enemy. This works against aliens, it will work against the terramorphs, it will work against normal humans. It is an absolute beast. And mainly because it requires absolutely no ammo. Taking on this level 80 Varun Zealot was absolutely a piece of piss. There are points where I have to jump back just to let that laser recharge, but it just works so well. As you can see, we've got 7s and 8s coming in alongside those 1s and 2s. So it just keeps pushing that damage up. Now, if you're going against enemies with higher health bars, that percentage will go up, so you will be doing more damage to the enemy the higher level and higher health that they have, which turns out to be absolutely beastly. It is currently my favourite weapon because I'm running New Game Plus and I really don't want to farm for any ammo. So using this against the Starborn does work. As you've seen, I do have to duck out and get a little bit of a recharge on the laser, but it works absolutely phenomenally. It's lovely. Phenomenal, words are hard. Anywho, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap that one up there. Hopefully you've all enjoyed. If you have, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and stick around for much more Starfield content. I have something coming, it should be either tomorrow or Saturday, which will help a lot of players that don't want to do bugs, don't want to do glitches, find some really cool weapons without having to do any grinding. If that sounds good, subscribe to the channel, drop a like on the video, and stick around for much more Starfield content.